Basically, a brand, I believe, cannot be built in with the digital marketing. I mean, that will only result in sales, not in brand building. Yeah, initially, the first day I talked about lateral thinking in general, and I put it in the context of other arts. Second day, I came into the topic of lateral thinking in photography. The first part was about how, on a solo level, a photographer, how does he think laterally to arrive at interesting solutions to the problems he has at hand. And the second part talked about how a photographer collaborates with other artists. Interdisciplinary kind of approach towards education will help them, according to me, in the short term and the long term. Short term in solving the current problems that they have. In fact, lateral thinking, one of the experiments that Edward de Bono recommends is to think about a problem from 6 different angles. So approach a problem, the same problem, from the point of view of a doctor, of a chef, of an artist, like that. Interest in psychology, sociology, culture, all that will enrich them not only as a photographer but as a human being. It's a very interesting approach towards education, according to me. LLA is the only institute that seriously teaches photography. Everyone who comes here, the 30 or odd students who come here, they are all interested in photography. The beauty is that they are all tuned or attuned to photography, or image making, as I would call it, and they have a minimum knowledge or aesthetics of what visual communication is all about. So it's a pleasure to come and talk to them. And also they come from different fields, and each one brings in her own or his own angle to a problem. So that's very enriching in that sense. See, predominantly all the communication that we receive in terms of from outside has already become predominantly visual, because again the content that you create in one country has to get across to other countries. So the only way to do that is get outside the language barrier, or break the language barrier and make it purely visual. Basically, a brand, I believe, cannot be built in with the digital marketing. I mean, that will only result in sales, not in brand building. The current trend is to get it done as early as possible in the cheapest way as possible. Even a photographer, who is the cheapest photographer is what the client is currently looking at. That has to change, and I'm very sure it will change. Yeah, I personally believe where you are located is as important as what you are. In fact, it decides what you are. Light and Life Academy had to be in Ooty. I can't imagine it being in any other place, because here the lighting, the soft boxes that go around in terms of clouds, they keep shifting every moment. Every moment the light is different, and it is so invigorating. In fact, I love, for me, it's a great thing to come here and teach every year, and I'm very sure the students would be delighted to be here in this part of the Nilgiris, which is Ooty. Yeah.